everybody. Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I am Karen. Today, we are looking at part 1 of a 4-day work week. Okay, well, a 4-day work week. What does that mean?
It means you only work, like usually if you have like a regular job that is like 40 hours a week.
A full-time job.
A full-time job. Normally, you're going to work 5 days a week, right? Usually Monday through Friday.
Usually, that's right.
But if you have a 4-day work week, you only work 4 out of 7 days.
So that means for the other 3 days, you don't need to work. That sounds wonderful.
So you have more time to maybe go on vacation. Like you have a 3-day weekend.
Yes.
Every weekend. So you can go on little trips, or you can just one more full day to relax.
That is awesome. I would love to have a 4-day work week. How about you?
I had one before, and I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, I don't want to work 5 days a week.
Okay, well, let's get into today's lesson.
All right.
Dennis and Susanna are at work. Did you hear? The boss is going to test a new work program.
Yes, I did. It's called a 4-day work week, and I can't wait for it to start.
So, will he spread our 40 hours of work over 4 days?
I hope not, but it's possible. Or he might try out the other model.
So we're looking at part 1 of a 4-day work week. Ooh, can you tell us what a work week means?
Okay, so we have 2 words, work and week, and you put them together.
Okay.
Right? So it's the total amount of time that you spend at work during the week.
Oh,
work
okay.
week. So for example, you could say, my work week is from Monday to Friday.
Oh, so that means you go to work from Monday to Friday.
Exactly.
Ah, I see. So we are looking at this dialogue between Dennis and Susanna. So Dennis and Susanna are at work. Okay, so you will be Dennis and I will be Susanna.
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
So Dennis begins and he says, did you hear? The boss is going to test a new work program.
Ooh, is going to test a new work program. So right here, we're using this word as a verb. So to test something means to use or try something to find out how well it works or to find out more information about it. And for example, you can say you need to test the machine before you use it, which means you need to try it out first before you use it.
Right, to see if it works well.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so we have another vocabulary word, program. So program is a noun. It means a plan or a system that you use when you want to reach a goal.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, you can say the school has a very good music program. So your goal is to try to learn how to play an instrument or learning how to sing. You want to become good at it. So that's what the program does.
All right. Okay, so now Susanna says, yes, I did. It's called a 4-day work week, and I can't wait for it to start. Okay, so we know that most people with a full-time job usually work 5 days a week.
Right.
Usually it's from Monday to Friday, but it could be different. It depends on what kind of work you do. But a 4-day work week means you only have to work 4 days a week.
Okay, so Dennis says, so will he spread our 40 hours of work over 4 days?
What does that mean? Will he spread?
So to spread something means to take something and move it across. Basically, like imagine you have some bread and you put peanut butter on your bread and you need to spread it across the whole piece of bread.
And spread it evenly, right?
Yes, so they're going to spread these hours instead of over 5 days, they're going to spread them over 4 days.
Ah, I see. So Susanna says, I hope not, but it's possible. Or he might try out the other model. Okay, so we're looking at this word here, model, and that is a noun. So right here, it just means a form or a type. So for example, we will try another model of the plan.
Okay, just kind of think of it as like a type, a different way.
Exactly. Okay, so if you don't spread the 40 hours over 4 days, then maybe there is another way to do it. Maybe you don't have to work so many hours.
Okay, let's take a break and find out.
All right.
What's that?
It's the 180-100 model. We get 100% of our pay for 80% of the time.
Oh, so that's a total of 32 hours of work.
Right, and we have to keep 100% productivity.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were looking at a dialogue between Dennis and Susanna. And they were talking about a new model that the boss is trying out. So instead of working for 5 days a week, so they might change it to a 4-day work week, which means that they only need to work for 4 days a week. But they are wondering if the boss is going to spread the 40 hours within the 4 days, or maybe there is another way.
Yeah, maybe there's another model. So the boss might pick another model. So Dennis continues and says, oh, what's that?
And Susanna says, it's the 180-100 model. We get 100% of our pay for 80% of the time. Ah.
That sounds really good.
Exactly. So 100% of their pay means they don't get a pay cut. So their pay will stay the same, but only for 80% of the time. So the 20%, they can just rest at home.
Nice. So Dennis says, oh, so that's a total of 32 hours of work.
Exactly.
So you can just work 32 hours, but get the same pay that you used to get for 40 hours.
Exactly.
That sounds good.
That sounds like you're getting a raise. Okay, so we're looking at this word total, a total of 32 hours. So total is a noun. It just means the final number of people or things when they have all been counted. So for example, Karen has a total of $1,000 in her wallet.
That's because I took some of your money from you.
Hey,
she
give
used
it
to
back.
have 2,000 NT in her wallet, but I took some. Sorry.
So Susanna says, right, and we have to keep 100% productivity. Okay, so we said it's 100, 80, and 100. So the last 100 means you have to keep 100% productivity. So you have to keep. What does that mean?
So keep is a verb. It just means to continue doing something. So for example, you can say he kept falling asleep during class.
Non-stop, right? He's always
Right.
falling asleep.
Yes.
Okay, and we have this word here, productivity, and that is a noun. It just means the amount of meaningful and quality work you manage to do. Okay, so for example, you can say he had much lower productivity today because he didn't sleep well last night. So we know that you have to keep 100% of productivity. What does that mean then?
So, for example, before you would do all your work in 40 hours.
That's right.
Now you have to do all your work in 32 hours.
Exactly.
So that means you're going to have to work much harder during that time
That's right.
because you need to make up for the lost hours.
Exactly. You have to work extra hard to achieve that goal. So you cannot perform, less. You gotta do exactly the same amount of work.
Right.
Okay. But that doesn't sound so bad. I wouldn't mind doing that. If I can work really hard in 4 days, but then I get 3 days off, I would be so happy.
Right? And you can still get the same pay.
Yes.
But you have to work harder.
That's okay. I don't mind working harder. Okay. Well, this is all the time we have for today, but we will come back for part 2.
Okay, see you then.
See you then.
Dennis and Susanna are at work. Did you hear? The boss is going to test a new work program.
Yes, I did. It's called a 4-Day Workweek, and I can't wait for it to start.
So, will he spread our 40 hours of work over 4 days?
I hope not, but it's possible. Or he might try out the other model.
What's that?
It's the 180-100 model. We get 100% of our pay for 80% of the time.
Oh, so that's a total of 32 hours of work.
Right, and we have to keep 100% productivity.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 test， 测试、检验，它可以当动词，也可以当名词。我们先来看看动词的例句。Eddie didn't test his new car before he bought it. Eddie 在买新车之前没有进行测试。我们再来看看名词的例句。The patient had a blood test. 病人进行了血液检测。下一个单字 program， 名词，方案、计划。He joined a fitness program to get in shape. 他参加了一个健身计划来锻炼健康体魄。Fitness 指的是健壮、健康。下一个单字 total， 名词，总数、合计。We sold a total of 15 cars today. 今天我们一共卖了15台车子。最后一个单字 keep， 动词，维持、保持。它的三态是 keep, kept, kept. Close the door to keep the room warm. 关上门，好让房间保持温暖。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 spread A over B， 把 A 分摊到 B 当中。Spread 是分配、散布的意思，它的三态同形。Over 是介系词，表示在什么的期间。我们来看看这个例句。The manager spread the budget over the entire year. 经理将预算分配到全年。 budget 是预算 ，entire 指的是全部的、整个的。下一个文法 I hope not， 我希望不会。它的相对说法是 I hope so， 我希望如此。Hope 是希望、盼望的意思。我们来看看这个例句 Will it rain tomorrow？ 明天会下雨吗？ I hope not. We have a picnic tomorrow. 我希望不会，我们明天要野餐。最后一个文法 try out 试验、试用，形容测试某方法或某物能否有效运作。我们来看看这个例句 Did you try out the scooter before you bought it？ 你在买机车之前有先试骑吗？以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Okay, here you go, your chocolate bars.
Wait, what? Why are they so small? I gave you 200 NT, didn't I?
Yeah, each bar is 20 NT times 10, that's 200 NT.
That's weird. I expect it to be bigger. When I was a kid, it used to be this big, and it cost 20 NT too. Did it shrink?
Yeah, that's called shrinkflation. Here you go.
Hi everyone, I'm Karen.
Hey everybody, I'm Shane. Today we are going to introduce a new phrase called shrinkflation.
So what is shrinkflation?
Okay, so for example, I paid the same price for this chocolate bar as I always have, but it was smaller this time. That's shrinkflation.
Oh, I get it. Inflation is when prices rise, they inflate like a balloon. Shrink means things get smaller, so with shrinkflation, the price of a product stays the same, but its size gets smaller.
That's right. So it's like this chocolate bar 20 years ago, when I paid 20 NT, I could get the one in my right hand. But now, when I pay the same 20 NT, I can only get the one in my left hand.
It seems to be a marketing trick. A manufacturer does not raise the price of a product, they just reduce the cost of making it. Okay, now I want to have my chocolate bar, or it might shrink more tomorrow.
Okay, that's all for today. We'll see you next time.
Chocolate bar.